think I should just allow for we have 90 people on right now. Welcome everyone. This is the second series for our bridge builders, and this one we're focusing on investing safely in real estate in both in Nigeria and Canada. And so just a quick one. I'm gonna call on the president of NCA Toronto, Mr. Barrister Akinleju, to give a brief welcoming address. Over to you, Barrister.
Thank you very much, our project director. I welcome everyone once again to this second in the series of bridge builders. My colleague from Ontario from Ottawa is going to say more about Ncbn later on, but today we are talking about real estate investment in both Nigeria and Canada. This series comes to you like every quarter, and we're happy that those of you who are online right now are able to join us. We know that many more people will still join, and as long as we have time, we will be introducing them. But today I just want you to relax because we have a very good panel of people who are in the real estate development, legal services, as well as financing, and then project management to do very good justice to this program. Thank you very much, and I wish you a very wonderful experience today.
Thank you, Barrister Akinleju, for that good advice. So we have a video that we would like to play. So I would like to call, can we have the video? Can we play right now? This is going to be about focusing on investing in Nigeria.
Welcome to Lagos, Africa's very own Big Apple, a vibrant megacity whose pulse is felt as wide as its influence reaches. A discovery of opportunities at the very heart of Africa. Step into a world of unique possibilities, a place that will surprise you each and every day. Immerse yourself in the soul of a city, where untold opportunities are never far away. See the many faces of Lagos, where everyone has a role to play. A tantalizing urban experience, engaging, entrancing, passionate. A city of constant reinvention, aiming to be a model megacity for the 21st century. Sustainable, livable, entrepreneurial, with an unstoppable physical and financial growth. Witness the emergence of a global capital, Africa's main business and economic hub, expanding beyond its own physical limits, a visionary city pursuing its dreams. Let yourself be transported to a different world. Follow the beat in a city that never sleeps. A giant organism where millions of people converge, an amazing experience you will never forget. Step into a world of fashion, art and entertainment, a place that offers the best of all worlds. Whatever it is that you are looking for, Lagos has it all, and it's all waiting for you.
Lagos is like no other city that I know in the world. It is a place that is filled with inspiration. It is a place that has such an electrifying essence. It's a whole city of discovery, a melting point for so many different cultures. It has its own character, almost has its own DNA. You feel palpably only when you visit Lagos.
I think it's very much alive. Lagos is a city that never sleeps. There is always something to do. There is always an event.
The port of call for Africa, really. You meet the right people, you will have the time of your life.
I would like to bring him on board so that he can talk about Ncbn in the person of Mr. Elaye Otunfa Norway. Pardon me if I don't pronounce your name well.
That's
please
fine.
Welcome on board, Mr. Elaye. Thank you.
That's fine. Good afternoon, folks in Canada, and good evening, folks from Nigeria and folks from all over the world. I'd like to send greetings from the network. Now, I like to talk about Nigerian and Canadian Business Network, the NCBN for short. It's a group of Nigerians and Canadians basically coming together to synergize and provide rewarding, information on rewarding opportunities available in both countries. So you are a Nigerian.
Oh, no voice. That's what the.
So you are a Nigerian or a Canadian or a Nigerian Canadian or a Canadian Nigerian, and you want to invest either in Canada or Nigeria. The NCBN provides a platform that helps you get in with the right foot. As you would know, when you get into a new society, there are some things, even simple nuances, that could impede your progress. So what the NCBN does, knowing both countries, is to give you the right foot to get into those markets or those opportunities. It helps, the network also helps to collaborate to project these opportunities in both countries. In other words, we know people in government in both countries, we know regulators, we know lawyers, for instance, we collaborate with, and the last event we had, we talked about immigration lawyers and all that. This time we're talking about real estate. So if you wanted to invest in the real estate sector, we know people we can collaborate with, so you can be sure of getting it right. So generally we promote ease of doing business for entrepreneurs and investors looking for opportunities. And in summary, help you connect, promote, inspire, and champion Nigerian and Canadian companies. So if you're a Nigerian and Canadian, or in a Canadian company and you want to do business in either or both countries, talk to us and you won't get it wrong. I can go on and on to talk about opportunities in Canada, vast country with opportunities and expertise in technology, power, healthcare, financial services, education, agri, science and technology. Then Nigeria, vast population, large population. Our greatest resource in Nigeria, I dare say, and it's unarguable, that is our human resource. Nigeria has doctors, lawyers, architects, engineers, all over the world doing great things. If you come to the universities here, the health services sector, everywhere you find Nigerians doing very well. So we have very good human capital. Our cultural produce, second to none if you talk about organic products. So there's a lot of opportunities for farming and agriculture in Nigeria, oil and gas, and also other natural resources. The transport sector is huge because you got to move millions of people. The telecom sector is huge, opportunities. The infrastructure is there's a lot of opportunity for the rail sector, the road, the ports, and what have you. So talk to us in NCBN if you have if you have interest in investing in those areas in Nigeria or in Canada, or indeed if you want to invest in other parts of the world. You talk to us and we can tell you why it should be Nigeria or Canada. That, in essence, is what the network is all about. And welcome you all again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. If you see the title of our series, we call it the bridge builders. We're actually bridging a lot of bridges. Connecting people, connecting businesses, connecting folks, and that's what we do. And you've done justice, Mr. Elaye. Thank you so much. So let's introduce, bring on board our host for the night. In the person of the president of the Planet Africa, Patricia Berbiamewa. We actually have an intro video that we want to play to actually showcase her. Can we play the video?
Patricia Berbiamewa has served as president of Planet Africa Group, the executive vice president of Afro Global Television and Silver Trust Media, the largest Black-owned media organization in Canada. She is also the host of the Planet Africa show on Omni TV. She has directed and produced over 15 television programs, including The Golden Button and Standing Ovation. Patricia is the associate publisher of Excellence, Envision, and Destiny magazines. In 2008, Silver Trust Media introduced the Discover magazine series, which has since released over 20 titles and editions in various countries. Listed in the Who's Who in Black Canada, she is a recipient of the York Regional Police Civic Leadership Award, the Martin Luther King Dreamkeeper Award, and a Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal. The mother of four is the co-founder of the Crossover Mentorship Program, a youth empowerment initiative. Patricia was spotlighted as Woman of the Week in Women's Post and also featured on CNN International in a half-hour special with her husband Moses. In March 2016, the duo launched Afro Global Television, a 24-hour television channel that is on Rogers Cable, Bell 5, Eastlink, and TELUS across Canada. In 2018, Patricia and Moses co-authored the 150 Extraordinary Canadians Legacy book with a foreword by the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau.
Thank you. What a rich profile. Just a quick one before I formally welcome Patricia. And folks, don't forget to make use of the question and answer. If you want to send it, please type it in. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Patricia.
Hi, everyone. Joining us from all over the world. Good afternoon if you're in Toronto. Good evening if you're in Nigeria. We're so glad that you're able to join us for this very amazing event. This is the second of the series, the Bridge Builders series. The first one was on the legal perspective of doing business in Nigeria and Canada. And this second one is going to be focused on real estate investment in Nigeria and Canada. And this program has been organized by the Nigeria-Canada Business Network, Ncbn. I must congratulate them for creating this platform to enable Nigerian and Canadian business people to connect and to network. It's really incredible. And today we have an array of amazing speakers from Nigeria, the United States, the UK, from Canada. And I'm really excited to get this rolling so we can get to hear all the great ideas. As you know, real estate is one of the most important sectors in any economy, anywhere in the world. So this is something that is really critical, especially at this point in the history of the world where, there's so much, focus on infrastructure development and all that. So without much ado, we're gonna, go right into the program. Before we get started, we have a video from the NIDCOM chairman, Abike Dabiri. So we'll just play that video, after which we'll be listening to an executive from the Nigerian High Commission. So let's have the video now.
Hi everyone, and it's nice to participate at this webinar organized by the Bridge Builder series. My apologies, I can't be there with you, but I send my warm greetings. It's a very apt topic on investing in real estate in Nigeria and Canada. There's no better time than now to invest in real estate in your country, Nigeria. The Diaspora Commission is working with the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria to be able to make it possible for you to get a mortgage if you want to and be able to own your own home. You send money back home. Imagine putting something aside that goes into a mortgage that can make you or your family own a home in Nigeria. So that is ongoing. We want you to be able, as Nigerians in the diaspora, to have your own home in Nigeria seamlessly, effortlessly, cutting away those who sometimes defraud you. There's no better time than now for this seminar and a way to ensure that every Nigerian in the diaspora can own a home in Nigeria in such a way that you don't have to go through hassles. This is a good time for you to do that. And we in the Diaspora Commission look forward to working with the organizers of the Bridge Builder series to see how we can partner with you to make that possible. Invest in your country, you will definitely not regret it. Are there challenges? Absolutely. But the Diaspora Commission is there to work with you, to work together to overcome whatever challenges you may face as Nigerians in the diaspora. Enjoy the webinar, and I look forward to meeting you all very soon.
To ask the Ncbn executives to post that video on the website so that people can actually go on to take a look at it at some point. But next we're going to hear from the Trade and Economics Commissioner, Minister at the Nigerian High Commissioner, the Nigerian High Commission, Mr. Joseph Atodo. Mr. Atodo, I don't know if you've joined us yet. If you have, could you kindly say a few words?
Okay, thank you, Patricia. I don't know if His Excellency, the former governor of Ogun State, is here, Honorable Gbenga Daniel. Your Excellency, you're welcome. Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, the Chairman and CEO of NIDCOM. Welcome. Distinguished panelists, participants, fellow compatriots, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joseph Atodo. I'm the Minister for Trade, Economics and Investment at Nigerian High Commission. Kinwale just requested that I should make a few words, but I want to say I have a lot to say, but because of time, I wouldn't bug you. I want to commend the Ncbn for organizing this very important event. But briefly, at the High Commission, under the regime of His Excellency Ambassador Dhinren CHANDARIA, we realized that in spite of the very robust diplomatic relations between Nigeria and Canada over the decades, the trade and commercial ties between Nigeria and Canada is at a very, very low ebb. And so we made deepening the trade and commercial ties between Nigeria and Canada our main focus at the High Commission. And so this event is a very, very important one to us. And I want to send or convey to us the appreciation of His Excellency the High Commissioner, and to say that it is important we note that the High Commission is here to serve you. We are here to support you. We are here to assist you. It is important that those of us Canadians who desire to invest in Nigeria, the importance of KYC, know your customer, is very important. So if you desire to invest in any sector, especially the sector of focus at this webinar, which is housing and real estate, endeavor to communicate us at the High Commission, and we'll be there to guide you. We'll be there to assist you do background checks of the estate company or the agency or individuals you want to deal with, to be sure you are properly guided, you don't run into wrong hands. And that is why we are here. And on this note, we are working in close collaboration with the Ncbn to ensure that your desire is realized, your investment are in safe hands. And so on that short note, I want to again welcome you to this very important Bridge Builder series and wish you the very best in the course of this event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Atodo, for those words. I know the last time the High Commissioner, joined us for the first Bridge Builder series, and we're really happy that you could join us today, and extend our love and regards to the High Commissioner.
Thank you so much.
Up next, we are going to be hearing from Honorable Otunba Gbenga Daniel, who served as the governor of Ogun State from 2003 to 2011, which makes him the longest lasting serving governor of that state. As governor, his programs on public and private partnership attracted several business opportunities to the state, Honorable Daniel is a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and he taught briefly as lecturer in the School of Engineering at the Lagos State Polytechnic. And in 1990, he founded Crystal Laurel, an engineering firm specializing in elevators, overhead traveling cranes, and hoists. Honorable Otunba Gbenga Daniel, welcome to this meeting. And if you're with us right now, can you speak, sir? Okay, so it looks like he hasn't joined us yet. I know he mentioned to me that he had a wedding when I spoke with him yesterday, so he will be joining us at some point. I'm just going to go next, go right to the next, speaker. He is the owner of Aerial Foods and a part of ALARO development in Lekki. I would like to call on Mr. Dhinren CHANDARIA to say a few words.
Hi everyone. I don't believe that Dhinren is on, but let me see if I can get my video started. All right. Dhinren is having a bit of technical difficulties, but I guess I can jump in for him. My name is Ishtar Chandaria, and I'm the CEO for the Aerial Foods Company. We're so happy to be on the panel today, and we just wanted to take a little bit of time to thank King Wale and the Nigeria High Commission just for all of their assistance in us starting up our operations in Nigeria. Not too many people. I don't think many people are aware of this, but our family has never hadn't stepped into Nigeria before the Aerial Corporation company, and we want to say that King Wale and the Nigeria High Commission have been really helpful in helping us get started, and I believe that the title of this panel being Bridge Building, that's one of those perfect examples. We also wanted to take some time and thank the owners of the ALARO city, Rendever, for all their hard work in opening up the city, and we have to say we are very excited to be the first business to enter the ALARO city. I wasn't really prepared to speak for Dhinren, but I guess I can give a bit of a background as to our company and what we do. So we are a company that makes a food for severely malnourished children. So children that have SAM or MAM, which are severe acute malnutrition or moderate acute malnutrition. And with the help of all of you and the partners that we have in Nigeria, we are able to actually produce that product locally instead of having it imported into the country. So not only does it really help in terms of helping eliminate that malnutrition, but it also helps in the local economy. So as you know, we've had lots of requests from the local kings to employ a lot of the local people, and so we've taken that as one of our main priorities. And yeah, I'm not really sure where, if there's anything I'm missing that Dhinren wanted us to touch on, but that's a little bit about us and a little bit of the Canadian connection.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chandaria, for stepping in and to say a few words. Yeah, so I don't know if the video that was supposed to play is ready, or should we just proceed?
I think Otunba Gbenga Daniel is in now, so.
Okay. All right, awesome. Great. So we now have Honorable Otunba Gbenga Daniel, former governor of Ogun State, to say a few words now. Okay. It looks like it's having some technical difficulties there. Hello, Honorable Daniel. Are you able to, can you see us? Can you start? I can see him, but okay. So I think we're just going to continue and have him say a few words when he's able to join us. Up next, we're going to be having a panel discussion. Before we have our panelists on, I'm going to read a very short bio of each one of them. Their long bios will be on the website. So I'm just going to read like just a very short bio so you get to know a little bit about them. But they will actually, be posted on this Ncbn website, ncbn.ca, so you can actually visit that website to find out more about them. Now, our first panel member that I will be introducing is Isaac Olowolafe Jr. Isaac Olowolafe Jr. is a founder and general partner of Dreammaker Ventures, DMV, a Toronto-based early-stage venture firm. He's also the president and CEO of Dreammaker Corporation. And Dreammaker Corporation, specializes and operates multiple divisions, including a brokerage, real estate development, wealth management, property management, education, private equity, and insurance. And next we have Mrs. Olushola Sonuga. Mrs. Olushola Sonuga is an architect and an entrepreneur. She was born and raised in Lagos, Nigeria, but relocated to the UK in 1990 after completing her master's degree in architecture at OAU Ile-Ife. In 2005, together with her husband, Sotayo Sonuga, they set up Haven Homes, a luxury property development company based in Nigeria. They have been delivering quality contemporary award-winning homes to much industry acclaim. Next, we have Akin Ajibola. Akin Ajibola is a partner in the firm and leads the corporate commercial law team at Bola Ajibola & Co. He has provided services to numerous clients in the public and private sector. Akin was the legal lead in the successful bid for the National Arts Theatre in Nigeria and acts as the legal lead at the transaction advisor for Nigeria Railway Corporation on the public-private partnerships in Nigeria. And we have Mrs. Lanre Shola Olumofe. Mrs. Lanre Shola Olumofe is the founder and chief executive officer of Brook Assets and Resources Limited, a company with business interests in asset management, mining, commodity trading, real estate, and development. And we also have Dr. Alfred B.C. Tofade. Dr. Alfred B.C. Tofade is a CEO of Four Seasons Legacy Investment Limited, a global organization with headquarters in the US and offices in the UK and Nigeria. He's also the president of Creative Means, Inc. And finally, we have Mrs. Adeola Lawal. Mrs. Adeola Lawal is an accomplished financial consultant and the founder and CEO of Lawal Financial Services. Lawal Financial Services is a firm that provides financial services to a broad clientele, including small businesses and individuals. So these are all our panelists for today's session. I'd like each and every one of them to just, say a few words before we actually get into the Q&A session. And if you have questions, please post them in the Q&A field. If you look down at the bottom, you're going to see a Q&A button on the right side. You can just kind of post your questions there for the panelists, and I'll be actually, reading them out at some point. Now, I'd like to start with Isaac Olowolafe Jr. If you could just say a few words, opening remarks for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for this invite, Honorable High Commissioner and staff. Kingwale, it's an honor to be here on this stage. As mentioned, my name is Isaac Olowolafe Jr., President and CEO of Dreammaker Inc., an asset management company that's been operating for over 15 years. We started off in the real estate brokerage side, transacting over $1 billion worth of real estate here in Toronto, from condos to townhouses and custom homes. And we realized that not only as a company, but as an individual and a family, for our community to be able to take it to the next level, we needed to get access to controlling the product and creating the product. This is why we launched Dreammaker Developments, one of the few Nigerian-owned and Black-owned development companies here in Toronto. And in the last 8 years, we've developed and built over $500 million worth of real estate. The first condo across of a large major grocery store and mall. And then also, we just finished our boutique hotel by the airport, which we're still hoping to launch after COVID. And we'll talk later on in the panelists, but we've just launched Dreammaker Ventures, which is looking at fintech products to help bridge the gap between buying and selling from here to Africa. Thank you very much.
Okay. Sorry, I mean, you got frozen there for a moment. So, Isaac, are you done? Okay, I couldn't quite see you at some point. So, next.
Yes, I'm done.
You're done, okay. Yeah, thank you so much. You were a bit frozen, so I didn't hear the latter part of your remarks. So next, we're gonna have Mrs. Olushola Sonuga to say a few words.
Back from the temple. They came back. My mother didn't come back alone. She came back with another. Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Ma. Go
okay,
ahead.
Great. Good evening. Thank you very much for inviting us to share our experience of building in Nigeria. Haven Homes is, I'm here representing Haven Homes, and Haven Homes is a company that we started construction in Nigeria about 14 years ago. My husband and I had been based here in the UK. We had been involved in property management and for about 18 years. And then we decided to move back to Nigeria, and we began to develop luxury properties in Nigeria, trying to use as much of the local content as we can, using local artisans. And generally over the last 14 years, we've built up, quite a few developments in Nigeria. We focus a lot on quality, and that's what I'm here to speak about, the quality of the properties, and just making sure that people are able to buy what they like, and the properties look good internally, externally, and that we created a new image of what a home looks like in Nigeria. So thank you for bringing us here to talk more about this.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and thanks for being here. Next, we're going to be having Akin Ajibola. And I must mention that Akin is not just a legal practitioner in Nigeria, but he's a senior advocate of Nigeria SAN, which is a big deal. So Akin, we're really happy to have you. I could say a few words now.
Thank you very much. And I hope you can hear me clearly. In your comments was a little prayer Indeed, I am not a senior advocate, but I think like a lot of people would maybe accept it as a prediction. Maybe you are a soothsayer in short parlance. But thank you very much anyway for the introduction. I'm a legal practitioner in Nigeria. Have been so for some 22 years, and in my experience, have advised on transactions, little and large, from individuals to corporations, local and international, investing in tangible, non-tangible assets, intellectual property, people involved in concessions with state and federal governments. But within these generally are the same issues of due diligence, of security of your investment, and of ensuring that your money or your intended dealings are as you deem it to be. So generally, what we're able to do is the hand-holding that is necessary from inception. When you conceptualize what business you want to engage in, whether you are an individual trying to purchase a unit or you're an investor trying to establish an investment portfolio or a development, which a lot of people engage in these days. So you look at issues relating to land acquisition, land title registration, looking at physical planning and environmental regulations, compliance issues, building, construction regulations, and all the things that you require to get yourself over the hurdle. It's interesting that the session today looks at investment both in a perhaps fairly more developed environment like Canada and Nigeria that has a wealth of opportunities and indeed benefits in terms of investment returns, but trying to perhaps get itself on a sure footing in terms of a lot of the regulatory aspects that a lot of people are used to in places like Canada. So we assist to ensure that people are able to get what it is that they require to know and what it is that they require to do when investing. I'm keen for the panel discussion to get underway and for us to perhaps get into some of the questions. I'm sure that's where people have issues, some of the knotty issues that they are unsure of, and I hope I'll be able to assist once we get underway. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and my sincere apologies there for elevating you beyond, but as you said, it's a prayer. It was in your bio, so that means somebody is praying very hard for you, so call me when that happens. So next, we're going to have Mrs. Shola Olomofe to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lanre Shola Olomofe. I'm fortunate to be the CEO of Brook Assets Nigeria Limited Resources. We have been into construction. We're selling properties. We've been into construction like about 25 years. And what brought me to this platform is looking for opportunity for the people that actually have housing problems today in Nigeria. Those are the people at the lowest echelon of the wealth triangle in Nigeria. Today, we are building for the top, but we are aspiring to build to have mass housing. That drove us to have partnership with the highest stakeholder in Nigeria today. I would say, for example, in Lagos. Today, we are partnering with LSDPC, that's Lagos State. So if you're talking about safety in investing into real estate in Nigeria, I mean, when you're buying from Lagos State, you're sure that you have proper documentation. And we strategize further by partnering with the top construction company as well, still working towards lowering our cost of construction. Then the biggest about safety, that we have taken a little bit further. We partner with some of our financial homes. That far away in Canada, if you're buying from Brooks, we have structure where you can buy through some of our financial partners like banks, like microfinance homes. So they are like an administrator. So if we have told you that we are selling to you at this rate and at this time we'll get to this level, the bank which you are buying through will be your administrator. They will ensure that the level where we promise to achieve is what we are getting into. As a matter of fact, we are developing our construction system and our development system to suit aspiring homeowners and to ameliorate risk. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Next is Dr. Alfred B.C. Tofade. You can say a few words, sir.
Thank you, moderator, and good afternoon, everyone, wherever you are calling in from. Very glad to be here. I'm the CEO of Four Seasons Legacy Investment, a company that is based in United States, United Kingdom, and in Nigeria. For those of you listening today, you all will agree with me, you have experienced tons of challenges when it comes to owning properties in Nigeria. Many people have been burnt several times. Some of us have given money to families who took our money away. Some of us have given money to developers who ran away with it. In fact, the work is not done properly, something collapsed, just a whole lot of headache. People even lost their lives. Four Seasons is a conglomerate that creates a platform. Imagine you are swimming in one pool versus swimming in 10 pools. What Four Seasons does is we have brought together vetted, tested developers from various parts of the country, Abuja, Lagos, Abeokuta, Ife. Think about wherever you want to have your property. And not only that, we've brought in the banks, Bank of America, Fidelity Bank. We are even working to include TD Bank in Canada in this process. The third thing, I will show you this in the course of our discussion because you have to see it in picture so that you can understand it. The other thing we've done is we've also raised independent folks that will be sure that what is being built for you is done correctly before you make a payment. For this purpose, we have a portal, NigerianDreamHomes.com. Today, you're featuring Haven's Home, one of the developers in our pool of network. So you as a Nigerian in Canada who wants to have property, either investment or personal property in Nigeria, you do not need to give your money to your family, to your friends, to anyone, even to the developer. Our system protects you from frauds. Your money goes to the bank. The bank holds the money as a custodian because we have that relationship. And then all the developers in our network, they are paid by milestones as your work is progressing. There's no way they can run away with your money. There's no way they cannot get the job done. And also we protect the developer that they cannot but get their money. And so we have breached this forum such that everything you need from land to construction, to finishing, to interior decoration, to home management, marketing it, whatever it is you want to do, anywhere you would like to do it in Nigeria. Many of you don't want to do things in Lagos. You want to do it in your own home city. We can take care of that. So if you go to Nigerian Dream Homes today, you will see a little bit of what we do. In the course of this presentation, I will show you some of the collaborations we have already that can help you find the funding. Many people want to build, they have dreams, but they don't have the money to do it. We have taken care of that too, both in the West and in Africa. How can you get the resources that you need so that you can fulfill your dream? This is what Four Seasons is all about. And this is what you're going to hear in the course of this presentation. Thank you very much, Mrs. Mawa.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're doing an incredible amount of work there, and I think it must be commended. So next is Mrs. Adeola Lawal. If you could say a few words.
She's part of our directors. She could not get in for some reason. I've been trying to reach her, so hopefully she'll be able to join us.
Okay.
She couldn't get in. I don't know if she didn't get out. She's the financial.
Yeah. I see. Okay. If she joins, or just send me a private chat and I can call her to speak. But I'll just try to see if His Excellency has been able to sort out his technical issues. Honorable Gbenga Daniel, are you with us? If you are, could you speak now? I can see him, but I think his video is not on. Okay. All right. So it looks like he's still having issues. King Wale, if you could maybe just try to, reach him and see what can be done there. Well, let's go right into the panel discussion. Thank you, panelists, for the wonderful introductions. I'm really impressed with the great work that all of you are doing in your different, areas. Now, the first question is, what should an investor hoping to invest in real estate in Canada know? What are some of the things that they have to keep in mind? I'd like to start with Isaac Olowolafe Jr.
Okay, great. Thank you. So investing in Canada, there's different ways an individual or family could invest in Canada. The main thing first is figuring out is, can they qualify for the mortgage? And what are the various costs that are associated with buying a property here in Canada? As an international buyer, you get international taxes on purchase, which a lot of the buyers, they don't realize that until final closing. So it's very important to understand the total costs that incur when you're actually buying the property. And then actually getting your mortgage could actually change based on your citizenship. So you're typically looking at anywhere between 35 to 50% down, depending on the type of property that you're buying. Plus you have the associated taxes as well. If you're buying pre-construction, which a lot of international investors do, especially from Nigeria, we've worked with many. Typically, we always advise that any project could vary depending on the type of project. Most condominiums could vary sometimes 1 to 2+ years past the actual timeline set in the agreement. So when doing that type of investment, is almost gauging the schedule for yourself. So if you actually timed out the investment to be 2 years or 3 years, if it's a construction project, it's typically good to add 1 to 2 more years. And then realizing whether you want this property as a principal residence or as a home to live in as well. We just started to work with clients who are looking to build their custom home as well too. So we have a division for that under Dream Custom Homes, where we work with investors and we tie them up to a specific lawyer that helps with doing the transaction for them. And then they work with our design team to help design the actual property for them. And we help go through the process of building it and give periodic updates along the way.
Okay, great. Awesome. Now, I'd like Dr. Tofade to give us the Nigerian perspective on, on things. What should people keep in mind before venturing into investing in real estate in Nigeria?
If you are thinking and dreaming of owning a property in Nigeria, I want to ask you, before you jump into sending money to anyone, please check NigerianDreamHome.com first. Why? Because our goal is to make sure you don't lose that money. There are tested, vested developers. The Nigerian Dream Home has gathered them all together. Like I mentioned earlier on, it's like you are swimming in 10 pools instead of one. You are able to choose the city where you want your property to be. You're able to choose which developer you really want to use. And then the bank. So the first thing you will do is to ensure that your investment is safe. And that's really key. I live in the United States, and of course I live in both worlds, and I understand the frustrations many Nigerians have. In fact, some people give up on their dream, that it's not working, it's not worth it. The point is you are doing it wrong. That is why this forum is a very good, excellent forum, so that you don't lose your investment, your money. You can have that dream fulfilled. So the first thing to consider is work with systems that protect you. Don't just throw your money to families, relatives, whoever. I know of developers that took 10 million of people's money, just disappear. No money, no money, no house. So the first thing I say is check out what we have. We are more like an organization, not just a commercial developer. We are an organization with a mission to protect the diasporans. So that will be the first thing I will say. And once you are ready and set, yes, I'm ready to do this. What we're doing now together is here in the United States and in Nigeria, and we're including Canada, to identify those of you who want to have properties in Nigeria, but you have problems with finding the funding. We are negotiating with Bank of America. I've spoken to a director of TD Bank in Canada, sometimes last year. We are figuring ways to find the money to help you. So if I have names of people today say, yes, I want to do this. I have a property in Canada. I want to have a property in Nigeria, whether for myself or for an investment. We want to know who you are, because when we gather the size together, we can negotiate a good rate, not the one we have in Nigeria right now. I would say if you want to borrow money in Nigeria, you can go ahead, but it's like 22%, 23% interest rate. That is not what we know to do here in the West. So this is what I would say to you. Let us identify those who are interested, and then we can negotiate your interest rate. Get a developer that will build your house from A to Z, or if you are buying a finished product, that will get it ready for you and inspect it before you pay for it. That is critical.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that Four Seasons is like a one-stop, shop for, members of the diaspora who want to invest in real estate in Nigeria.
Correct.
So you kind of take care of all the nitty-gritties for them, just like, Dreammaker in Canada does all that as well. Awesome. Now, you alluded to my next question a little bit, and the question is, if people who want to invest in real estate in Nigeria can easily get mortgage, to help finance, the loans. But I'd like Mrs. Sonuga to answer this question. So how can people who want to invest and let's say have, savings, but cannot come up with a full amount, are there, sort of like financing structures in place to help them get mortgage?
Okay. Now, obviously, we are more on the side of building the property itself. But what we do have in Haven Homes is we have payment plans that people can set up. So usually people come on board in the construction right at the early stages of construction. So they come in at the very beginning, and then we set up a payment plan. It could be over 18 months, it could be over 2 years, depending on the length of the construction. And then they have to make their payments according to the milestones. Now, in times past, most of our clients would pay the money from personal funds, but we are getting a lot more clients who are able to work out mortgage plans, either from their work situations, maybe if they're working with corporate organizations, banks and things like that, or oil companies. They can set up mortgages from their oil companies, or they can get personal mortgages, or like Mr. Tufade said, we're getting more people who are able to leverage on their properties in either the UK, US, or Canada to raise the equity, use the equity on their properties to get a loan or some kind of mortgage or loan to finance their purchase. So I hope that answers a bit of the question.
Yes, it does. Thank you. So you have a payment plan, which is kind of like something that people can consider. And I know that Mr. Tofode talked about working with some banks to make that possible in the near future, which is great to hear. But before we continue, with the other questions that I have, I would like to invite Honorable, Otunba Gbenga Daniel to say a few words. I can see him now. So, welcome, sir. Thanks again for joining us, and we're really excited, to hear you.
Thank you very much, Patricia, and permit me to quickly recognize the eminent personalities that we have here from the High Commission, all our panelists. By the way, I have been there from the beginning, and I don't know, I think it's one of those technical hitches. Can you hear me, everybody? Yeah, fantastic. Now, investment in Nigeria, the real estate perspective, is something that is quite interesting. And if you take a global look about what we are, where we are, I'm not aware of any location in Africa better than our country where you can, invest. Real estate is what we are talking about today, but I can assure you it's not just real estate. Nigeria is indeed a virgin land for virtually everything: industry, tourism, construction, infrastructure, healthcare, agriculture, name it, oil, gas, even education. So that's looking at it globally. But if we want to look at real estate, of course, the biggest asset we have is the population. Nigeria, is the largest country in Africa in terms of population. And I'm told that statistically, in the next 20-25 years, we might just become the third largest population in the world, coming behind China and India. That is something that is massive, which means that real estate is just at its infancy. We've not even just started, we don't scratch it at all. But of course, there isn't a lot we can do with real estate if there is no mortgage system. So as we're looking at real estate, we must be thinking of how, the mortgage system can be perfected as you have elsewhere in Europe, in Canada, in the US, and so on and so forth. But while we perfect that, I think that there is usually an advantage in a disadvantage. And for people who are in diaspora, with the current devaluation which we are going through now, it means that the little money you have there is big here. And when you look at what has happened to inflation, inflation in local raw materials, building materials, has not gone up relative to the devaluation, which means that little dollars means a lot of naira. And so if there is any time when people should invest, especially those of you who are building for takers, this is the time. Because you'll find out that if you are able to put pebble and mortar together now, it can only be to your advantage. And is this a wonderful opportunity, especially organizations that have some level of liquidity in hard currency? This is the time to invest in Nigeria. I'm supposed to talk for 2 or 3 minutes. I can talk for 1 hour on this matter. All I just want to say here is to encourage you all. It's been quite exciting, very nice to listen to, up and coming, builders, contractors, developers. Please don't give up on our country. This country is a country that, in my own opinion, is blessed by God. When some people think that the oil is about drying up, we're now finding gold. And there is absolutely nothing that we don't have in this country. So for me, Nigeria can be described as a cat with 9 lives. We're not going to die, and it's not going to go down. So please continue to do what you're doing. And once again, I thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Your Excellency. I like that. Nigeria is like a cat with 9 lives. Yeah, one of the best countries in the world for sure. Thank you again. Now, I'd like to, continue with the questions, and I'd like to encourage everyone that has a question to please send them to the Q&A, which is on the right side at the bottom. And I'd like to also encourage our panelists to put their websites in the chat so that people who want to kind of get more information about what your company is will be able to kind of, find you there. Now, the next question is for Aking Ajibola, our future son. Now, a lot of people in the diaspora are weary of investing in real estate in Nigeria because of the systemic issues associated with land registration, and so much time, effort, and money, end up being spent to authenticate the land registration, and this is partly because everything is manual. And sometimes it's challenging to know the authenticity of the land registration document and all that. So I'd like you to speak a little bit about this, how, that issue, can be dealt with. How can people in the diaspora have confidence when, the whole land registration thing is such a systemic barrier, if you may?
Thank you. I think you touch on one of the major issues that, let me say, affect the confidence that people may have in real estate asset acquisition because of the risks that are associated with ascertaining title and registering title. You are right in some respects that the fact that many states still have a manual as opposed to maybe a GIS-based registration system or a detailed mapped out cadastral of the land within each of those states, which means that when you are embarking on a lot of these acquisitions, you need to engage with the right sort of people. From a commercial point of view, you need to engage in the right sort of developments. From a sort of transactional point of view, you need to ensure that you engage professionals who can assist you with doing the relevant searches. And I think sometimes people who you find are diligent and hardworking with the effort they put into making the money ought to exercise the same level of diligence when it comes to making investment decisions that has to do with spending the money. One major aspect of real estate transactions in Nigeria is conducting adequate searches. So you need to ascertain that there is title, registered title. You need to ascertain that the title is not defeated or the title is not contested. This may not have the ease with which you may consult one registry and determine that you have safe and secure title like you might have in some more developed economies. But it just means that you need to take a little bit of extra care, searching the title registry at the Surveyor General's office, ensuring that there is no state global action on the land that you are proposing, and making sure that the person who you are dealing with is the person who has the right title and the right authority. There's no encumbrance on it, be it by way of mortgage or loans that have been taken out on the land or on the property that you are seeking to purchase. And when it comes to individual property, the scope is similar, but perhaps less so. So when you are dealing with a developer, most of the times the developers would have ensured that the land on which they are developing has a level of security. So your searches or your inquiry may be limited to looking at the security and the registration that is in that developer, just to ensure that the developer has the right title and that there's nothing that contests that title with the developer. And then you proceed to ensuring that you are able to register your land. You have the requisite documentation that is required, and perhaps the little patience that is required in terms of time for registration of your acquisitions in Nigeria, what we call governor's consent. But I think the advice that I have generally is that people should be wearisome to the extent of engaging with the right sort of people. It's not a panic situation. It's just ensuring that you do the right thing from the onset and not wait until there's an issue or not wait until there is a question before you are certain what you are doing. Don't put money down if you're not sure that the parties you're engaging with are the correct parties. Ensure that you ask the right questions. Know exactly what the time for the development will be if you're engaging in something that is perhaps off plan. If it is something that is already ready to move into, ensure that taxes, levies, land use charges, bills have been paid up before you assume ownership. These are the sort of steps that if you engage with professionals, they'll help you walk through so that you don't find yourself in a situation where you acquire a property and then only later come to find out that perhaps there are some debts or there are some issues that are left outstanding that you did not know of. There are many war stories that people like myself can share from experience on many transactions. But this enables us to be able to walk through some of these things very, very quickly. A lot of state governments have schemes in order to sort of forestall some of these problems where they ensure that the land is already covered by some global certificate of occupancy so that within those schemes, you have very limited scope for risk. And those schemes are perhaps the safer investments that you can get. Some of the developers take off from those schemes and invest in those schemes and then develop from within those schemes. Again, this offers safety and security. So it's just really knowing what it is that you are doing and asking the right questions and then making sure you have people who can walk you through whilst you are embarking on your investment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Now, Mrs. Solumofe, your area of core competencies in business strategy and resource optimization. Now, what would you say to a potential real estate investor who is interested in Nigeria?
Thank you. What I would say to a potential real estate investor is, number one, you have to look at what do you have in your pocket and what is the purpose of the investment. Are you buying just for investment or you are buying because you want to live in? Like in our portfolio, we have structures where we have properties that sells for as high as 200. We have the one that sells as low as 50. So it depends on the time of investment. It depends on the time of development. If you have, just for the sake of conversation, you have like just 20 million naira now, and you're planning to invest, this may not give you property at this time, but we have structures that we call buyback. We will sign an agreement with you that if you give us your 20 million, for this property, that same property, we will give you the documents. But there will be clauses in it that after 6 months or within 1 year, between 6 and 12 months, we will buy it back from you at the rate of 30 million. You know, at that time, we would have used your 25 million naira to take it to this level of development. So when Mr. B is coming on board to buy at that time, he has reduced his risk, his exposure. So but my advice to people in diaspora, just like Mr. Adeola was saying, and just as Honorable former governor has said, is that there's no place that gives you the level of returns on investment as much as you get in Nigeria. All you just need to do is diligently look at what you have, the amount of money you have, and the purpose of the investment. Are you buying to live in, or you are buying to rent or to sell eventually. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for that. Next, I'd like to ask Isaac Olowolafe Jr. I see his video is off. Okay, yeah, there he is. Now, can you expound a little bit about how, investing in real estate in Canada can, aid immigration, the immigration process to Canada? I know there's the immigration class, which if you're able to invest in real estate, you can be able to migrate to Canada. Can you speak about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the reason why Canada has been growing over through several periods is because of the key fundamentals it has. Number one is private sector investments. Number two, the healthcare, their education system, and now tech and innovation. They're becoming Silicon Valley North, which is driving a lot of employment in the tech space. And another key fundamental factor is immigration. As we all know, even from Nigeria, Africa, around the world, Canada is a place where a lot of families want to migrate into. And even with the current pandemic, the federal government, the Minister of Immigration has stated that they're continue to drive immigration into the country, which indirectly will continue to drive the economy as a whole. What's unique about Canada and what's interesting about Canada is that they have different investment platforms for international investors that are coming in to either through investing into real estate or invested into direct businesses. At Dreammaker, we work with a few immigration officers in regards to helping families come in using an immigration platform. So depending on the amount of capital that you invest and the province that you actually migrate into, whether it be Ontario or other provinces, will determine the amount that you actually have to invest into the property. And typically what we try to do is package the property with a business at the same time. So through the startup visa program, which we're in partnership with the university, we help families come in through a minimum investment, $250,000 to $500,000 into a business. And then through that business operating, they can now start investing into real estate as well too. So we walk through the whole process with individuals, and then we connect them with an immigration officer and consultant to also walk them through that process as well. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. I know that's something unique about Canada, the fact that investing in real estate here can lead, to open doors in the immigration for you to migrate with your family to Canada. So thanks for throwing more light on that. Now, I do have some questions in the Q&A. I would like to take some of them right now. The first one is from Modupe Ajayi, and it says, what is the process to sell and dispose finished products situated in Osun State? And the question is directed at Dr. Badejo. I think it's Dr. Tofade. I don't think we have a Dr. Badejo here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. Part of the First Citizen platform allows you, which is the NigerianDreamHome.com, it actually covers almost every part of the world. For example, if you live in Nigeria and you wanted to have properties anywhere in the world, First Citizen can safely help you get that done. If you have properties in Osun State, maybe something you use it for yourself and you wanted to sell it, there's a room for that also on First Citizen platform, where if we check it out and we see it's good and we have good buyers, you can submit that to us as well. And let's say some of you also have a landed property and you've been thinking, what am I going to do to build it? You couldn't figure out a tested developer who can help you to ensure you don't lose money, you don't lose the quality. That's why we have Havens Home and other developers in our network that will take that from your hand and help you. Some of you have properties that you built several years ago and now you cannot live there anymore because it's either too old or some places where you don't want to live anymore. My advice is, why don't you sell that property and use that investment, like you've had earlier on, in a safe place. A lot of us who live in the West, we wanted to go back home to Nigeria either for holiday or actually want to settle back and wanted to live in a safe environment. I would say that is a good consideration for you to think about. You can live in some places because of security. That is why this forum presents you options. Four Seasons Legacy is a great option. So I would say to you, if you are looking, searching, and you're looking for help, either with funding, with developing, or even with finishing, we are here to help you out. And you can check it on the chat. We put our numbers there so you can reach out.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that. Now, the next question is an anonymous question here, and it's saying, how do you go about collaborating with state government for land development? I'm looking at pooling resources, to actually do some buildings, but we would like private public sector partnership model. Any perspective on this?
Yes.
Okay, Mrs. Lawal? Olomofe.
Yes, and that's exactly what we are doing now. We are right now partnering with LSDPC, that's the Property Development Company for Commission for Lagos State. So, and we are starting another development down Lekki. We're planning to do mass housing with Lagos State as well. So those people, they can key into this by either as a co-developer, as a co-investor. They can invest into it, like the development will probably cost about 5-point-something billion. You do not have to have all of that. If it is 20 million naira you can come on board. So like I've just replied that question that we are their plug that they can talk to us. We are synergizing with LSDPC and LBIC. We are strictly Lagos based.
Okay, awesome. Now, Your Excellency, I don't know if you want to say anything about the importance of private and public sector collaboration in terms of development.
Yes, absolutely. Part of what I will want to advise people is the fact that the safest location to get land is through government. Because once you get your allocation through government, you have little worries about all manner of people, third parties, and all manner of area boys in court who harass you, or you have to buy land from 2-3 different sources, which doesn't give you opportunity to do proper planning in terms of your budgeting. Many people may not know, virtually all governments in Nigeria today are ready for that. And what you really need to do is to locate where you want to have your development and then approach the government of that state or that location in a PPP kind of arrangement. When I had the opportunity of running Ogun State, I did a lot of that. In fact, some of the skills that we did was very, very straightforward. Simple formula. A typical one is to say, okay, you want that land. Okay, we'll give that land to you free of charge. You build it. And whatever you build there, half of it is yours, half of it belongs to government. It's a win-win situation. It worked nicely because once we did that, we granted a CFO to the developer. That CFO was available for him to leverage in financial institutions to raise funds. And they raised funds, they built it, and we now say, fine, you built it, give us half of it, you take half of it, and you can sell the half for us. There are all sorts of schemes that are out there, and I'm happy that Mrs. Olumofe is working with LSDPC. Similar things exist in Ogun State, in Oyo State, in Osun State, virtually everywhere. I think the problem is that most people don't know how to go about it because they think it's cumbersome. But between you and I, it's better if you go through that cumbersome process at the beginning, and then you have a very well secured land that you can now invest, ensuring that you are well protected. If you permit me, there is just one thing that I wanted to say here, because you were talking of investing in Canada and in Nigeria, and I looked at that as some kind of cooperation. one area, and I'm happy from the High Commission, we do have people here, where we can do with cooperation with Canada is in the development of bitumen. As you are probably aware, Nigeria, the belt between Ogun and Ondo states is probably the largest bitumen belt in the world, not even in Venezuela. And from my investigation, Canada has the technical capacity to work with us on those bitumen belts. A number of you may not appreciate this. One thing that you require to tar road is bitumen. And when you look at our country, I'm not so sure that 1% of the roads have been tarred. And the reason it's not so far-fetched, bitumen is not expensive, but it is very heavy. And a lot of the cost of bitumen is on transportation. So by the time you go to Venezuela and all those locations, you have to bring the bitumen there because very expensive. With that situation, we will never be able to tar the roads in Nigeria in the next 100 years. I marvel when I go into UK, for instance, and some other countries, every little location is already tarred. And the way we are going, the rate at which we are, the cost at which we are tarring roads, we will not get there if we don't get our local bitumen. So I just thought that this being a Nigerian-Canada business network is probably something that we can, aggravate and let people be aware of the potentials of developing bitumen in Nigeria. It is a way to go. And how it is related to real estate is because everybody is looking for the same land because there is no access. And that is why the cost of the land is so expensive. Where you do have access, which means that roads are tarred, you'll be shocked that it's not a big deal to live in Abeokuta and work in Lagos and vice versa. You go all over the world and you find people driving on good roads for 2 hours, 3 hours to and fro work every day. On good roads, 2-3 hours. Which means that people are traveling sometimes 200 kilometers every day in a civilized environment to go to work and to come back. And it wasn't a big deal. You want to try 50 kilometers there, it's 3-4 hours on the road because the roads are not good. So what I'm saying therefore is that in developing real estate, we also need to push the relevant agencies, the relevant private sector investors to also develop the roads. And the cheapest way of developing Nigerian roads is to explore our bitumen. That's just what I want to say. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Your Excellency, for those comments. Next, there's a question here that says, there are many companies that offer land for sale as a bonanza. I understand that these agents are not registered and they can as well take your money and disappear. So how do you verify the genuineness of these agents in Nigeria? I think, Akin, you can tackle that one.
Well, yes, like in any business, there are risks. Where you have a regulated industry or a regulated profession, where the regulation has practitioners who are licensed and who are monitored through the renewal of their licenses and updates on their information, it's easy to know who you are dealing with. It is a bit less so in Nigeria in terms of being able to ascertain who is a licensed or registered estate or property dealer, which means that you look at people that have track record, you look at people who have evidence of engagements that you can verify, and that forms the basis of you being able to attest really to their credibility. Of course, you can go a bit deeper by looking behind the company, looking behind the individuals, ascertaining that you are dealing with a registered company and that those who are purporting to execute the documentation are the right people and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, there's nothing better than a track record, because even the people with the best credentials, if you don't have people who have gone through good experiences with them and can attest to the fact that they have developed and delivered, it's difficult to make any sense of. there are risks. And I recall anecdotally the story of someone who said he came into Nigeria and he went to rent a property. He visited the property, he visited the owner at the property. And the owner said, well, I'm traveling and I'm leaving in a couple of months. And so you will get this property when I leave. Make payments to this designated account. He looked around, he was happy. He made payment in a couple of months. Indeed, the owner moved out and he moved in, only for him to get notice about a month after from someone who claimed to be the landlord. And that person then gave him information that he was the owner of the property and he did not. Hello? Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
You can hear me now. Okay.
For a moment.
We were muted. Yes. Okay. And in this instance, the real landlord told him that the person who he had paid to was his previous tenant. So the previous tenant, who was on his way out, decided to lease on the property without authority. But because he was in possession, there was no way for the person who had visited to know that the person he was dealing with was a tenant and not the landlord. So effectively, he paid to a tenant, and unwittingly, he had, not leased the property at all. So the point is that, as with anything, there are risks, and what you must do is ascertain that you are dealing with the right parties. His Excellency spoke of the very fact that a lot of transactions that states have enabled offer you perhaps the best safety that you can have because of these schemes that are already pre-vetted. The documentation is already pre-prepared, and you can at least have a shorter recourse in terms of doing your due diligence. You go to the land registry, they give you a scheme, they give you information about what has been offered by the state. If it has been sold at all, the state property development company would have records of those who have sold and those who have bought. So they offer truly the safest form of investment, but you cannot preclude a person from wanting to invest in other schemes by private developers. And I don't mean to exclude them from the scope. Sometimes they offer the best in terms of returns. But again, when you are dealing with this sort of people, just do your checks, be sure, let someone do searches for you, and you can have a decent investment by all means.
Okay, awesome. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Atodo to jump in there. Mr. Atodo of the Nigerian High Commission.
Okay, thank you, Patricia. In addition to what His Excellency Otunba Gbenga Daniel has alluded to, and what Akin also has said, I seize this opportunity again to reiterate to us that that is why the High Commission of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is here to serve you. It is an arm of government. If you are based in Canada and you intend to do any investment in Nigeria, and you hear of such adverts here and there, just contact us. Look, I'm seeing this and I'm interested in it. Give us the details. We'll help you do background checks with government. We have contact with our host ministry, our sending ministry, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We can contact the relevant agencies of government in Nigeria and even the agencies that you have interest in and help you confirm. We have had such cases where people contacted us and said, look, this is what, and this and this and this we are hearing about. What will you advise us with regard to this? And we communicate Abuja, and after going back and forth, we are informed, look, that is fake, that is not true. And we get back to those who contact us and say, look, please do not get there. So it is good to double check with you. That's one of the reasons why we are here. And you will do well to let us know what your interests are, and we'll help you check out so you don't lose your money, you don't put your money where it will not come back to you with interest. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that assurance, Mr. Atodo. I mean, I personally heard of so many stories of people that have lost, lots of money. So it's great that the High Commission can help verify. Now, I'd like to invite Mr. Dhinren CHANDARIA, who was supposed to say a few words earlier, to just, speak now before I take a few more questions, after which we'll kind of call it a day. Mr. CHANDARIA? I think you're muted, sir. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay, is that better?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, Your Excellencies, thank you for joining us. A few years ago, I took a leap of faith in Nigeria. In 2018, we as a family decided, let's go and invest in Nigeria, in a similar business that we're doing in Kenya. And I want to tell you that the number of no's that came back to me, including my own family, were quite substantial, but we decided to go ahead anyway. So we've set up a 200,000 square foot facility just outside of Epe in ALARO city. And I think, I don't know if you've seen some of the photographs or the video of ALARO city, what we built up. Now, this was an area, there was absolutely nothing in there, within miles and miles and miles. And we're setting up the most advanced food factory making ready-to-use therapeutic food in Nigeria. And it is also the largest in the world. So our personal experience, both Ishtar and myself, I want to talk to you about a little bit about that because I think this is very important. The support that we've had from every level, government, NAFTAC, ALARO City has been phenomenal. Every area, I must say that I haven't seen a simpler place to do business than Nigeria. And I'm honest about it. Thank you. I've built, over the last 40 years, we built many, many factories in the United States, in Canada, in Africa. And Nigeria was always intriguing for me because you've got a 200 million people population there. And I understand it's going up to about 450 million people. And we realized that as a family, there's a lot of good things we can do, right? For example, nutrition, very important, and education, very important. So those are the next steps that we want to take as a family on how to now help the country, not only take away, and by the way, all our product will be exported out of Nigeria in all of West Africa. So I just wanted to, give you a few words about what's happening, and hopefully, we're starting very soon. I hope Ishtar or somebody can share some of the photographs of the factory that we built, and by God, it's a top level factory. I don't think there's anything close to this in the world as far as I'm concerned. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. CHANDARIA. Yeah, it's really awesome to, hear of someone who's actually gone to Nigeria to invest and has, positive and elevating story to tell. Yeah, it's so wonderful to hear that. Now,
if I can just add one more thing. I am a Canadian going into Nigeria, going into Kenya, etc.
Wow. Well, that's really incredible. That's amazing. Now, I would like you to put your website in the chat so people who are interested in reaching you can do that. Now, the next question here is, this person is saying that, so it's from Joseph Alessami, and he says, I have a landed property in Maryland, Lagos. I might require a real estate developer to come and help me develop. How do I go about this? I don't know who would love to tackle that one. Okay. Dr. Tafade?
Thank you. Actually, I tried to respond to that individual. We will be your point of contact. I mentioned it earlier on. For those who have landed properties, maybe over the years, you have not done anything about it because you don't know who to call on. In our network, we have up to 15 developers that are vetted, tested, and certified to help you out. And we have them spread all over different states in Nigeria. And the purpose of our organization is to protect you. And so if you reach out, we can help you at effective cost. We have legal involved. We have all the inspectors that will ensure that your work is done properly. And of course, the bank will be involved. One of the things, if the moderator will permit me to share, Mrs. Lawal said she couldn't come in, but she sent a slide of if you are looking for funding today, you're looking for opportunity to do your investment in Nigeria, which I can relate with as a Nigerian myself. We have identified some 6-7 ways that can help you to be able to get it done. With the permission of the moderator, if I can just share that one slide for you to see, if you're able to see my slide. These are some areas where you can find finances. And this is a good advice for those of you, if you live in Canada, United States, we're working with Bank of America. They have created a product called loan management assets. Particularly if you are in the medical profession, you can get help even from the West to do what you need to do. We also, our partner in Nigeria is Fidelity Bank. If you are looking for resources to do that project, we have been talking to Fidelity Bank to open these opportunities to many more people in the diaspora. So if those of you who live in Canada, we'll be delighted to talk to Fidelity Bank and see how you can get help. Also, your home equity, for those of you who have, maybe you've been living in your house for 5, 10 or more years, unknown to you, you have built equity in that property. And that equity, if you approach the mortgage company, you want to take it out. Some people take their equity to buy boats, some take it to travel. You can use your equity to own a property with ease in your home country. The other thing also is many of the developers we work to, I'm glad that Haven Home is here today, they have also payment plans. As you approach us to let us know what your needs are, we can find what will help you. They have payment plans to help you to be able to get it done. And finally, you also can ask your bank, if you have good relationship with your bank, you also can take a loan and get your job done. We are finally working on a scenario whereby we can get what we call Diaspora Mortgage Fund. This is a novel idea. It's not been tested out yet, but I've been speaking to FCMB, UK, talking to Fidelity Bank, talking to Bank of America. We wanted to create what we call Diaspora Mortgage Fund. This fund will only be available for those who live in the diaspora. It won't be for Nigerians in Nigeria, but for Nigerians in the diaspora. That will allow us to be able to use the mortgage system. See, the bank in Nigeria are not giving long-term mortgage as we talk now, and it's very expensive, very high interest rate. But we think that if we can band together, get our people together, we can leverage and get the mortgage that will help you to do your house in our country. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to share that.
Okay, thank you for that in-depth presentation there. Now, I just go to the next question here from Uchenna. Uchenna is asking, how lucrative really is the real estate sector in Nigeria? If one, decides, just to collect rent, especially in residential areas. I also like Isaac Olowolafe Jr. to speak on the Canadian side of things regarding this. Mrs. Sonuga, do you want to start?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for offering me to answer that question. So the question is, how lucrative is it to get real estate? To put it quite simply, it is lucrative. yeah, because whatever you buy, there will always be appreciation on the property. So if you bought something today at 10 million, in a few years' time, it would be higher. But in the meantime, before you get that appreciation, you would have been getting rent. Obviously, you have to do your homework and, you know, find out what areas are more lucrative to buy into. What, you know, you don't want to go and build a 5-bedroom house in an area where people are looking for 2-bedroom properties. So you have to build to suit what people are looking for in any particular area. So yes, and just like His Excellency said, the population of Nigeria, and Mr. Chandaria said that as well, the population of Nigeria is expanding. And our own experience since we started developing in Nigeria is that it was, you know, it was a good thing for us to go to Nigeria. Like I said, we were based here in the UK, but going back to Nigeria, we just find there's more demand. Every time we think, oh, you know, there's no more to do, there's a huge demand. People just keep coming. And even the current development where we just started, we're already oversubscribed. We've got people on waiting lists. So real estate is very lucrative. You have to just do your homework, make sure that you check the things that you need to, do all the legal checks that you need to do, and you know, make sure that, I mean, a lot of the other speakers, panelists have already said about that. Get your finances well sorted. Obviously, with every kind of business, there's ups and downs, but generally it's up. And then another area of real estate that is beginning to pick up in Nigeria, if some people are not aware, is the Airbnb space. The Airbnb space is picking up in Nigeria, maybe in Lagos more than anywhere else, but even in a few other cities in Nigeria, the Airbnb is picking up. And so definitely that's something that people need to be looking at. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, it does. And thank you for, you know, for that. What you said is very important about knowing exactly what kind of house to build in a particular place, you know, to meet the need. That's amazing. And it's interesting to know that Airbnb is actually, you know, picking up in Nigeria. So Isaac, if you can speak from the Canadian perspective about, you know, how lucrative real estate is.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, I've been in real estate for about 16 years. Bought my first property when I was 21. And really for the last going on 15 years, our investors have seen double-digit returns year over year, getting access. The key word is access to fundamentally sound investments in specific locations around the GTA. For us, we don't really invest based on speculations. We invest based on where we see there's fundamental growth. When we did the building across of Yorkdale Mall, was because the public sector was putting together the first digital hospital 2 minutes away. The private sector was putting $1 billion into renovating the 4th largest mall in North America. And we were a few minutes away from a major airport. When we were doing our luxury townhouses, an area called Bayview and York Mills, we're selling for $2 million, Canadian dollars, but we're on a street that sells for over $5 million. So for us is key locations. And over the last, I'll say 12 to 24 months, Canada and Toronto specifically has become the fastest growing spot for tech hiring. Why is that important? Because what that is saying is that in Toronto, major corporations are setting up offices here to hire tech employees, which typically make 6 figures, over $100,000 a year. So that's a lot of disposable cash that's coming in. And of course, we know the fundamentals around immigration. Over 200,000 people are coming into Toronto every year. So those key areas is why there's been a lot of growth in Toronto and in Ontario. Even during this current pandemic, the Toronto market has seen 40% year to date from this time last year growth in prices. Again, there was a slowdown for a period of time like everywhere across the globe, but because of the pent-up demand and because of the true fundamentals, once you take away the speculations, that's why you still see a lot of transactions happening and a lot of growth happening. But like any business, it's obviously understanding how much capital that you have to invest, how long could you invest for, and there are periods where, let's say, your tenant may not be able to pay, but making sure that you're in a location that has high demands from multiple areas, whether it's young professionals, whether it's students, as education is a key fundamental factor here, or whether it's professionals as well too. So for us, we try to tackle it on each area as well too.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and it's interesting that even with the COVID-19 pandemic, news just came out this past week that the real estate market is booming here in Canada. So real estate is definitely a great way to invest and to optimize, your resources. Now, I'd like each and every one of you to just say, 2 sentences, final word. It could be about your company, about the importance of investing in Nigeria or in Canada. So this is like your closing, remarks, but I want you to keep it as brief as possible. And I'll just go according to who I'm seeing on my screen. So I'll start with you, Mrs. Olowolafe.
Good evening. Why am I the first person?
You're the first I saw.
Okay, quickly, like the caption says, it says the investing safely in real estate. There's never the best time to invest. It is now. Do not look for the safest time. The time to invest is now. And there's no question about it at all. Just like Dr. Olabisi has been saying, investment in Nigeria, the risk is there, but there is so much now around that you can check that will take care, that will ameliorate the risk, invest with the right people. Dr. Olabisi is honestly a good plug that you can, I will call him the one-stop shop of development, and it is good. I would love to have his contact to synergize with him, deal with government. We can develop for all level of aspiring homeowners, when we have areas where we know that there will not be any risk if we invest in. And honestly, it isn't selling me now. I was very happy with the Canadian that is investing in ALARO. It just gives me joy when you're hearing that it is about time we stop talking about the negative aspect of investing in Nigeria. There are people coming into Nigeria, investing in Nigeria, and they are making it. Yes, we can do it.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And you see that Ncbn is already creating networking opportunities. So she wants to connect with Mr. Toffer there, and I think that's the way actual reason for this. So I'm really glad.
And that's the way to build a nation. It's just the best. When you build the economy of your nation, it goes all the way. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's on point. Mr. Atodo, you're the next person I'm seeing on my screen, so you go ahead.
Thank you very much. I was actually in a rut because of time. In diplomacy, we don't like keeping people bogged down unnecessarily. But I want to lend voice to what His Excellency Otunba Gbenga said earlier, that Nigeria, without doubt, is the richest country in the world. Secondly, it is the most blessed country in the world. There is nothing that you're looking for that you can't find in Nigeria. Again, number 3 is the most fertile place to invest in the world. You sow 1 naira, you reap 20 naira. That is how it is. So all the statistics are there to work for your good. And that is the message, the gospel, as it were, that we've been taking across Canada. Because it's unfortunate that, not minding the very friendly bilateral relations between Nigeria and Canada, so many Canadians know little to nothing about Nigeria. And it's a land of opportunities. You will not regret investing in Nigeria. Very much.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Atodo. Your Excellency, you're next on my screen, so if you can say a few words.
Well, I think this time around you've allowed me to talk about my company, if I had the right.
Yes,
And,
of course.
I'm able to quickly say that Crystal Laurel Limited is a 30-year-old company. It's a lift and elevator company that has been running in Nigeria. And with all sense of modesty, I think we are probably the numero uno in that industry in Nigeria today. We are the only ISO certified elevator company in Nigeria, which means that you can rest assured that the standard of service, the standard of installation, the standard of engineering you have in Crystal Laurel is the same thing that you can have anywhere in the world. And part of what I came through a wedding, as I told you earlier on today, and I drove through Marina. And it's usually my, when I go through Marina, I look at all the high-rise buildings. And I was so excited with myself. I said, look, UBA, one of the tallest buildings there, headquarters, we've done the elevators. First Bank, we've done the elevators. Union Bank, we've done the elevators, and so on and so forth. And the same thing has happened in Abuja and some of the other major cities in the world. So I'd like to talk to you, those of you who are developing. If you want to go a little bit more than 4 or 5 floors, then you really need us. And when you're also developing Los Zeros villas, quite a number of people I have seen, when they got old, they couldn't climb their stairs again. And they had to call us to come and remove the house. I did it for late Chief Rotimi Williams. You know how heavy he was. He couldn't climb any longer. And it's a lot more expensive to do that when the building is already done. So I want to tell you developers who are doing Los Zeros villas that you must put a small elevator there. It's the best thing you can do. And the only country that can do it, the country that can do it for you well, is Crystal Laurel Limited. Thank you for this platform. But having talked about organization, let me also know where my cap as a statesman. I want to lend my voice to what our brother from the High Commission has said. There are luxurious living areas all over the world. There are ghettos all over the world. What has happened to Nigeria is that we have not been well packaged. We have been seen through the prism of the people who like us, who like to present us. There is slum everywhere. In New York, there are ghettos there. So why is it that there's only a Ajegule they will show here? Why don't they show Banana Island? Why don't they show our own, downtown and so on and so forth? So the point I'm trying to make, therefore, is that there is nothing wrong with us as a people. We've gone through colonization. Now we are having the economic colonization. We just have to rediscover ourselves, be proud of ourselves, and go out of the world to conquer. Between you and I, the world is waiting for Nigeria. Nigeria is the next thing that's going to happen by the special grace of God. So thank you very much.
Amen. Amen to that. Yeah, and his company is Crystal Laurel Engineering. So yeah, she'll need an elevator there. Now, the next is, Mrs. Sonuga. Can you say a few words? Just 1 minute. Let's just keep it going.
Oh, okay. Hello. Yeah. Okay. You said 1 minute. Can I, even in that 1 minute, can I quickly just share my screen, just to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, just to show everyone on the webinar today, just some of the kind of. I'm here. I was really here to talk about quality, to just show that it's not a myth what we are talking about. That if you're looking for quality, even in Nigeria, we have been able to, over the years, achieve the kind of quality that people in the diaspora would be looking for. So can you see what I'm showing?
Yes. Yes. Can
So just looking at these pictures on the side, not the write-up, all of this has been done in Nigeria by Nigerian workers, and we really want to keep pushing that narrative that quality if you look at the tiles, and it's not about the cost or the expense of using maybe marble and all the very expensive things, but it's about making sure that things are well supervised, things are when we buy our products initially, you know, we buy the right quality. And just taking from what His Excellency said, in actual fact, we have in the center of many of the houses that we do, we have an atrium, which we often say to our clients that you can convert that into a lift shaft when you're older in years. So, sir, thank you very much. We can now officially tell people that it's we have a recommendation from the Otunba regarding that. So yes, we really would encourage people to talk to us and come and see what is available and what we can do for you, either for investment or for personal use. Thank you.
Muted. So next is, I think everyone has spoken.
No. Yeah.
Akin, oh, sorry, Dr. Tofade, how can I forget you? Okay, yeah, you go ahead, sir.
All right, thank you very much. First, Mrs. Olumofe, thank you for that kind words, and I'm glad to connect. Your Excellency, I actually lived in Abeokuta for many years before I moved to United States, and our company would love to relate with yours so that we can bring this to development effort that we're making for Nigeria. Again, I want to thank you, moderator, good job, excellent job. Ladies and gentlemen, the bottom line is don't give up on your dream. You know, it might look like you've been burned several times, but don't give up on Nigeria. I believe the Nigeria of today and the one we're seeing unfolding is turning around. We have credible companies, organizations that are networking, putting resources together to ensure that you don't get burned. We have developers like Haven Home that's with us today that we work with. We have banks, and like Riley said, we are one-stop shop. And 1 minute, let me just show you very quickly with the permission of the moderator. This is our website. There you will see everything you need. From, you can search with in Naira, you can look in dollars, you can look in pound sterling. You will find different things, facility management. You will see a lot of our partners that are involved, investors. You can search from different locations. Where are you looking for to build your property? You could see all our partners, architecture, construction, insurance, interior design, legal, quality assurance. I feel that if I wanted to advise you today, why must you throw your money into someone who is going to steal it? It's a new day, it's a new dawn. So let's be wise, let's collaborate, let's work together and bring about a transformation to our country. Even insurance, we have insurance company that work with us. This is Lloyd of London. See, we want to make sure that Nigerians who live in diaspora, they don't get burnt. See, it's a new day, so let's work together. Here is Fidelity Bank, you know, that is me, that's the MD of Fidelity Bank. They look at this product and say, this is good for the country. Bank of America saw what we're doing. They said, can we be part of this? We are reaching out to TD banks in Canada, and I believe that they will say yes to it, so that together we can solve this crisis of almost several millions of problems of housing in Nigeria. Thank you again. It's a new day for Nigerians, so don't give up.
Yeah, this is amazing. So Barrister King Adeola, you're next.
Thank you very much. I remember a very short was trying to hire a new managing director, and they brought him before the board of directors and asked him the question, what do we sell? And he took a sample of the power drills that the company makes and he held it up and said, this is exactly what we sell. The directors looked at each other and said, yes, exactly, that's what we sell. The CEO at the present time said, that's not what we sell. He took a board that had a hole in it and showed it to everyone and said, this is what we sell. We sell holes in the wall. The power drill is just a means of acquiring or getting to that hole in the wall. So it's exciting to see pictures of homes and houses. I don't know what the picture of a peace of mind looks like, but I think in terms of the services that we offer and what we're able to give to you, it's a peace of mind. Information that is verified, details about what you are trying to get involved in, that is checked and pre-checked, and against which we stake our professional indemnity as well as our reputation. But at the end of the day, giving you exactly what you need, the solution to your investment and a peace of mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Isaac Olowolafe Jr. Is Isaac still with us? Okay. I don't think Isaac is still with us. So, well, at this time, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that joined. I'd like to thank especially His Excellency Otunba Gbenga Daniel for making the time to join us today. You know, thank you so much. I'd like to thank Mr. Atodo of the Nigerian High Commission, for joining us as well and for his very, great insights. And thank you, Akin Ajibola, Barrister Ajibola. Thank you, Isaac Olowolafe, Dr. Alfred Tofade. Thank you, Mrs. Olushola Sonuga, and Mrs. Lanre Olomofara. I'm so proud of all of you, and you've highly achieved so much in your different areas. I'm so proud, to spell my name Nigerian, and I'm so excited about the opportunities that abound, especially in terms of real estate. Now, at this point, I would like to call on Wale Ade, who is the national chairman of Ncbn, to give us the vote of thanks. Wale?
Thank you very much, my sister. You have done excellently well again today. We are getting used to you doing perfect moderation that we almost forget to say thank you.
Thank you.
My Excellency Otunba Gbenga Daniel, I remember when you came to Canada in 2010, and I met you in real life for the first time. I was very impressed, and you have not let me down, since. We have kept it in contact. So I really thank you for honoring our invitation and being part of this panel. What people say is that a good man, it doesn't matter whether it's in government or out of government. You can tell a good man, by his action, and you have shown that being a governor is not as important as being a good man. So you are definitely a good brother, and I really appreciate your time today. And I'm sure that Dr. Tofade will probably, and the other people will probably seek you out to basically see how we can work with your elevation company. And the next time I come to Nigeria, I'll look you up, and then I will see how we can also work together with other people that are coming in to invest in Nigeria. My good friend Dhinren CHANDARIA, I don't know if he's still here or not. Dhinren actually never know too much about Nigeria until I invited him to to come to Nigeria, and I'm happy that he has believed in Nigeria so much that he has invested over $100 million. I'm still counting, because right now he's still heavily involved with ALARO, complex. So I know that we're gonna get some of his money to Nigeria shortly. So I also want to thank all the panelists. Definitely, Dr. Tofade, you and I have been really talking about, the dream homes. And I know that, in Canada, after this one, you're going to have a lot of demand from Canada. And you just tell them, hey, they can go through the Ncbn. We are here to assist them. Minister Atodo, I don't want to forget about you in terms of protocol. Thank you very much for coming. You are our go-to guy at the High Commission. And as far as and your portfolio is trade and investment, So basically, we work together, and we will continue to work together in partnership. We also have Agimatics invited Mrs. Larry, to speak to us. I'm glad that she was able to explain what and what the company is doing, and I'm sure that she and Dr. Tufade will be able to connect and maybe work on projects together. My presidents are not here. I don't know if President Elayi Otrofanowe is still on. I thank you very much for your leadership in Ottawa. And Barrister Kinreju, we are looking forward to your leadership in the Toronto GTA. I thank you very much for coming. Our event director, Mr. Ibrahim Aruna, you are always doing a good job. We appreciate you. And I'm sure that the next one will be on. I think we're talking about renewable energy. It's going to be the next quarter that we're going to be talking about, because as the Excellency already said that we need good roads, and we also need constant electricity to be able to operate the elevators. So we look forward to everybody networking to build a new Nigeria, the Nigeria of our dreams. Because after living here in Canada for 43 years, I think it's time for me to start packing my load to come to Nigeria. so we'll
43 years. How old are you?
So we'll find a way. We'll start talking to all the builders and see basically how we can take the time to build. I mean, I got properties there, but like Dr. Tufade said, it may not be where I want to live now. So basically, I have to start looking at which area. But before I let you guys go, if you permit me, Madam Moderator, I would like to just try to share again the video from Honorable Abike Dabiri, who's representing the Nigerians in diaspora. So basically, let me just allow me to do this, and let's hope that we get the audio right. Is the audio all right now?
Yes. No.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just try to. I think it's my not sharing.
On the beginning of your video, yes, you mute your video. Yes.
Yes. Click that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you haven't done it.
No, you haven't clicked it. Yes, better now.
Okay.
Now increase it. Increase the volume.
Thank you very much, guys.
Oh, that's something else. No, not coming out.
It's not coming out?
Do you have your headphones on?
No, I took it off.
Must be.
Because it looks like,
yeah,
it's not.
Oh, okay.
Load it on the website.
Yeah, you can put it on the website. Yes.
I'll send it to you guys. So let's just forget about that. Anyway, as I've said before, thank you very much, everyone, for honoring our invitation. We love you so much, and we will definitely be reaching out to you, and any information that we get, any other question that we get, we will forward it to you, and hopefully, we all can come together under the like this and do business. The whole idea of the NCBN is for every one of us to be successful in whatever we do, and to be able to refer each other to each other, so that together everybody make money. If rich people talk to rich people, and they work with rich people. So we are not a charity organization. We are more of a business investment opportunity, networking outfit. So basically, thank you very much. And we look we'll look forward to you guys making a lot of money through your association with the NCBN. And thank you very much. I won't take too much of your time. Thank you, moderator.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye now. Thank you so much. God bless
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love the flag.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thank
I'm
you.
just so very pro Nigeria.
Yes, so.
Authentic.
Yes, so.
I was looking for green and white in my wardrobe. I couldn't find.
You couldn't find. Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Yeah,
Mrs.
nice meeting you,
Ma.
Mrs.
Nice meeting
Olowolafe.
you.
I'm so